Hello everyone and welcome back to some Angels with Scaly Wings. Yes. Excuse me. And this game is truly not meant for kids. I'm pretty sure it's rated T. Or, I'm pretty sure it would be. I don't remember if this actually did have a rating. So, we did officially leave off with, this. Cabbage, I've got some really bad news. And so far, it seems that the Discord that we're usually in is really quiet right now. Everybody's away, busy, or not even online. So Seawolves, I really hope you don't mind if I pick on you for today. So, we're here with Bryce. Also, in case you are unfamiliar, there is Remy, Anna, Lorem, Bryce, and a Dean, in that order. And, hang on, status. Only Anna is neutral right now. That is actually quite interesting, too. That won't be a problem for long, though. So, Cabbage, I've got some really bad news. Did you put on some more weight? Stop joking around. This is serious. I am serious. Diabetes is no joke. Shut up already and listen to me for once. Well, what is it? You know Anna, right? I've met her, yes. Sorry, I don't know how to say this. Those few words were enough. Dread sank in, and I already knew. Don't. I ignored his words and walked past him. Screenshot for a second murder body for the slideshows. When I turned the corner, there was no mistaking her. Anna was haphazardly covered by a sheet, leaving a trail of blood, her tail and blood-stained hand exposed. In the end, she didn't deserve full discretion. I bet you're sorry about your diabetes joke now, huh? It only just came to mind, to be fair. The other murdered body victim is a green dragon, by the way. Liar. And here's more bad news. The blood we found on the first victim in town matches the DNA evidence found on the second victim at the power facility. Furthermore, the weapon and method appear to be the same across all three victims, and that's going to be a big problem for me. Why is that? Because with these three murders, Reza now qualifies as a serial killer, and won't be able to keep this whole thing quiet for much longer. Sorry, we won't be able to. Higher authorities, including the... wait, can I skip this? Yes, this is skip mode. Can I skip ahead safely? Yeah, let's just... normal skip. They're going to throw us... Let me just recap. What's going on? To be frank, I don't know. This is an extraordinary situation, and now that it's getting out of hand, we want to address it. They must want to address it. So, maybe they're going to throw us a surprise party. Well, actually I should ask. Seals, I don't think it matters here for the ending I'm going for specifically. Which is it? The worst possibility, maybe they're not going to make a big deal, or throw us a surprise party. This is the Ministry. They want to see us right now. Minecraft Christian server? What? I mean, I actually have something kind of relevant to that, Justin, but you didn't miss much, Justin. We basically just called Bryce... Hang on. Yeah. We called Bryce over here fat, basically. And then he's told us to quit joking around, showed us the dead body of Anna. And now the Ministry wants to see us, so... What is it, the worst possibility? Because Reza qualifies for potential serial killer. Maybe it's not going to be a big deal, or do you think they're going to throw us a surprise party? That's fine, Justin. If it's toxic, at least try to keep it minimal, I suppose. You know, just basics. Don't intentionally be insulting. But if you're, feeling toxic, whatever, I mean, that's completely understandable. I'm just going to try and build this real quick. I'm just playing with the chat to make sure it's more legible real quick. If I can manage this. That looks like that it should be fine. Let me just strip to that. So Jetson also wants to choose one. That is a worse possibility. Is oh no, now it's okay. So, Seawolves, are you picking anything or leaving it to Justin? And sorry, Justin, it is, yeah, it is, oops, yeah. Don't skip ahead. So it is just really quickly, we are, oh, I can't go back any further, right? Hang on. Load, here we are. Just easy. Got some bad news. Did you put on some weight? Stop joking around. This is serious. I am serious. Diabetes is no joke. Shut up already and listen to me for once. Well, what is it? So that's the calling him fat part that you missed. Don't know how to tell you this. And here's Anna. I don't know if Doc is doing movie night tonight. I would like to see that though. So anyways, there's dead Anna, and that you wish you didn't make that diabetes joke now, so now the Ministry wants to see us, because Reza technically counts as a zero. So, worst possibility. Yes. Which has me wondering now, yes, it did finally update now. She's just, KIA. Up until that moment, it was still saying that she was neutral. So that is pretty good of Saunders to keep that spoiler. expect the worst, at least you won't be disappointed. Sebastian, you can finish up here and go to the ministry when you're done. We'll probably have to make some arrangements after this meeting. Sure thing, Chief. Let's go then, shall we? Not like we have a choice. Yes, and I did actually grab a quick picture of that. It'll be on the next slideshow too, because I also slipped it into my slideshows. Just slip it on my notebook, add source, image, browse. Yeah, that's the image that I screenshot. Well, I kind of refined it, so... just do that now. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, and I will also have to now also add the dead Anna, because we also have the dead flyer one, I think, which is circling around there somewhere too. Oh wow, I am going to have to go back and find that later. Alright. So, yeah. That was quicker than I expected. I wouldn't have minded waiting out here a little longer. Yes, I did. And then I screenshot Anna under the covers. I'm just gonna have to go back for the green flyer as well. Greetings, Minister. Greetings. Shall we go inside for our official business? No, I've got everything I need right here. It gets so stuffy inside on hot days. My assistant doesn't seem to mind, but I prefer the fresh air. I'd rather just stay right here, unless you have any objections. I don't. I see. Wait, can I still skip this? Nope. Okay. Well, I know I haven't exactly been up to date in regards to Reza's sudden disappearance, but to get the message today that he is a confirmed serial killer was quite shocking. Cabbage 2019. It'll be 2020 soon too, so you're gonna have to update that quote. Frankly, I'm curious as to why the facts of this case have been withheld from me for so long. Simply because they weren't within your jurisdiction. The murders were strictly a police matter. If you want to put it like that, it would be some 65 million years ago plus 2019. Add one because it'll be 2020. Simply because they weren't within police matter. Only with the amount of new evidence, namely the DNA and blood. Why can't we skip this? That's odd. Only with the amount of new evidence, namely the DNA and blood we found, and these three murders now being linked together and to him, did your ministry have to become involved. I see. So Reza's involvement is now undeniable. I'm afraid so, Minister. Facts are nothing to be afraid of. Though in light of all this, I'm starting to worry about my personal safety. Without their kites, I don't think our species has much to fear, if we consider the murder weapon. Gee, Bryce, you say that with 3 murder victims. You ain't Spyro, Bryce. I'm sorry, I didn't tell anyone. This is Bryce Reignited. Speak for yourself. You don't think someone of my standing needs protection? Oh, for sure. If you are worried about your personal safety, we could look into an escort for you. Good. Considering all the murders took place during the night, I'll certainly need it. Long days are endemic in my line of work. But that's enough about myself. Now we face the question of what should be done about Reza and Cabbage. Minister, we continue our hunt for Reza every day. As a matter of fact, Cabbage has been helping us to do so for a while now. Oh, I can skip again. Okay, so real quick, this is why are we helping with the investigation, and that would be either Bryce wouldn't let us say no, it's in my best bet to find the truth, or it's beneficial to my actual mission. I would like to see that. In fact, MB Saunders has actually put out a tweet just earlier today, I believe, where all the Bryce plush manufacturing whatevers have actually been in. So I will see if I can link this in chat and no, just chat. Tweet. Let's find this on Discord while I wait for answers, if anyone. Oh, small worm spiral skin. That would not entirely work. He might be like an artisan kind of guy. But not Spyro himself, because he's bipedal. Here we go. And just paste. There we go. So, I leave it up to you guys, otherwise, Bryce wouldn't let us say no, it's your best bet at finding out the truth, or it's beneficial to the actual mission. That is, why are we still here and refusing to go home? Bryce's Nester. Okay, Justin wants to answer with 2. Okay. So, best bet. Oh, right, I forgot. It's auto skip. What are you doing here? Wait, let me just go back a second. Right, so it was auto skip. It actually took me by surprise. It will auto skip after the choices if you've already seen the messages. So, quite literally, we have already seen everything that was just skipped in the time span of a second. So, Adine here is lost in thought. I hadn't even noticed Adine approach. It's none of your concern, please leave. Can't I even get a few minutes before I go? I suppose, nobody's stopping us, but make it quick. I have to say, I'm really quite surprised that Adine is stopping to say anything, considering that she literally called us out on being a jerk. I think Grant actually knows a bit more than I do. He has something like 100 hours, and I've got 30 hours on itch. and however many hours I've actually put on Steam because I've been doing the series here. But again, I do know the game very well, and I really love the game. So, what are you doing here, Adine, after calling me a jerk? I was practicing my flying when I saw you down here. What's going on? I'm leaving. You're leaving? She's sad! Why is she sad after she called us out on being a jerk? Wait, does this have something to do with what I heard about Reza? No, he apparently spent hours and literal hours, and he's still on chapter 2 last I checked. So he's going about half the speed that I had gone on my first playthrough, with YouTube and everything. Or about the same speed. About that. Why do you care? I thought you didn't like me anyways. I don't. You run your mouth like a pro. That's me. Yeah, you were a huge jerk. That would be Seawolf's fault. But even though you were a jerk, it was extraordinary to have a human around. Well, is it true or not? About Reza? I'm afraid so. What does that make you? I don't have anything to do with that. I was helping the police find him. When I heard about the human's arrival, all I wanted was to meet one of you. Now with all that's happened, I don't know what to think anymore. Oh, that poor face again. I have to screenshot that once more. She looked disappointed, not just in me, but probably my entire race. Oh, burn. Oh, it was, I think you had suggested to go see a Dean in, not the last stream. No, this was 2 streams ago or so, when we met with the Dean last, before this run. You wanted to see a Dean. We were there, and then because you had to do something or whatever, Justin, Seawolves basically took over, not quite being chaotic, he was just accidentally and then intentionally being rude. And then he decided to not be so mean after all for the last 2 choices, but it was too late and Dean thought we were just quite literally being a jerk. So it's funny how she even referenced that. You were a huge jerk. Goodbye, Cabbage. I know she's also being disappointed in not just us, but our entire species. Wow. Goodbye, Adine. I remember her. That was the witness from Reza's first murder. Did you know her? Did we know her a little? No? Or yes? I know her, but does YouTube know her? And in this run, we basically just got some food from her, then slammed the door in her face. So she's also still mad at us anyways. Okay, so a little for Seawolves. Okay. Oh, hi Shadow. Glad you could join. Shadow, you missed, we called Bryce fat, called him out for having diabetes. He said to shut up and listen for a minute, then told us that Anne was dead. What everyone is calling as sexy. Right here, it's no longer showing because she's killed. Then we went over to meet with the minister, told her that we needed to find out the truth. We told them about the story of the solar flare that wiped out basically 90% of all human technologies and stuff, and that the generators here are absolutely important to us. And then we were going home. We met with the dean, who we are on bad terms with, who is disappointed that we're going home. We asked why. I thought you didn't like me, and she says, I don't. You were a huge jerk. But she's still just disappointed that we're going home all the same. So, a little. Let's see. A few minutes later, we arrived at the portal, standing proud as ever in defiance of the elements. How many years had the structure survived before it was found? I hope I can remember how this thing works. Are you joking? Yeah, sorry. I got it. Alright, I suppose it's time for us to say goodbye. You know, it's kind of interesting that with this playthrough being as rude as we are, We have not actually been rude to Sebastian yet. Let's keep it professional. I don't like to mix personal matters with work. He looked away and I shrugged. Go ahead and turn it on then. Would you stand between the pillars, please? Oh yeah, that's right, because we were making jokes about Bryce Reignited, because he's basically Bryce. Of course. I took my place and stared towards the horizon while I thought about what would happen now in this world and others. Even if I made a break for it, I'd become a fugitive, no better than Reza, and it would be near impossible to investigate the case by myself, while on the run, in a world I knew so little about. At the very least, I took comfort in the fact that I did everything I could to help, even if it turned out like this. Nevertheless, I dreaded going back empty-handed and returning to my old life in our ruined city. Any second now, the teleportation process would start, disintegrating my body before I would reappear back on the other side, back in my dying world. Can I skip this, because we did already see this? Yes, we did. Alright, we have not seen this little blurb then. First, let's go back a second. So Sebastian just entered her house. Hey, Cabbage. Hey, Sebastian, do you need my help again? We're just a small-town police department, and with Bryce removed from the case, our resources are thinner than ever. Just as a quick reference, we did go back because the portal was damaged. We went back to Emira. She said, well, I guess he has to stay. Bryce and Sebastian and I went back over to the portal to see how it was. Yeah, it's damaged beyond repair. And then, I mean, you know, what can we do? I'm stuck here. So, I understand. What do you have for me? First up is the primary witness in the latest murder, Damien, the victim's assistant. He was the one who found her body. A few things have changed since this morning, as we've gotten some additional information from forensics that warrants further investigation. I know you knew the victim personally, so you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'll leave the choice to you, and you can find the assistant at the production facility. He seemed interested in that underground building near the portal. I realized you might actually be able to help us with that, since it's suspected to be of human origin. Your opinion would be greatly appreciated. Last stream, Sebastian. Basically nothing. If you remember the first playthrough, Sebastian is like just here to escort us. He pays for our dinner, gives Adine a tip, takes us over to the murder scene. We basically have very little influence over Sebastian right now. So, that being said, we just have literally not insulted him in any way. Not like Adine, Morum, Anna, Raimi, or Bryce. So you seem to be interested in the underground building found near the portal. I realized that you might actually... I already said that. I guess I should add archaeologist to my resume. Maybe human matters consultant would be more appropriate. Do you really think it's okay for me to tamper with your priceless discoveries? Oh, you wouldn't actually go there in person. I just wanted you to take a look at the collection of information in the archives and give us your opinion. Frame second, was that when we met Reza? Yeah, that would be about the majority of interactions with Sebastian. We could probably say, like, how dare you have given her a tip? That's about it. Okay, sorry about that. I guess your opinion. We also located another witness for the latest murder. A store clerk reported seeing and hearing something, so it's probably worth it to ask him a few questions. Got it. Here are all the details. Visit me at the department once you're done. Sure thing. Okay, let's go to the police archives. was on my way to the police station when a voice called out to me, "Hey, you! I'm talking to you, human!" Oh, that was before this run, though. This is the second run. We went into the portal and then we're basically running this again. Can I help you? I certainly hope so. I'm in a little conundrum here. My cart seems to be stuck. I can see that. I'm Katsuhura. Sorry, Katsua. I'm gonna give up on pronouncing that now. By the way, local ice cream vendor. Cabbage, you've probably heard of me by now. Of course, of course. In any case, do you think you can spare some time to help me out? It might take a while though, so I hope you're not in a rush. I'm actually kind of busy. Ah, that can't be helped then. Sorry. Don't worry about it. There'll be someone else along soon, I'm sure. Wow, we were forced to not be rude. When I arrived at the station, I was met by the police archivist, a dragoness, who introduced herself as Kalin. You're in luck, Cabbage. Bryce compiled all the case files a while ago, ever since you came to our world. He seems to be a lot more interested in these human mysteries. I wonder if it has something to do with you. Anyway, you can find all the files here. I'll leave the rest to you. Was she actually glaring at us? Cullen. I believe that was a K. Let me just go back a sec. Yeah, that looks like a K here. Alright, so let's play a prank. Okay, here we go. That should do it. I wasn't sure when Bryce was going to be in his office again, but when he returned, he would definitely notice this. Achievement, you pranked Bryce. Right, let's rummage through the trash. Oh, what's this? It's a flat base with a circular indent at the top? Where have I seen this before? Oh right, it's an Ixoman sphere part. You acquired the Ixoman sphere part base. Huh, that looks like, look at the time, I better wrap it up. Alright, so I did not intend to actually go for an achievement like that early, because that is relevant to some of the later stories, but we gotta. Before deciding my next move, I returned to the apartment for a moment of rest. A small piece of paper had been slipped under my door while I was gone. Don't go to the portal was all it said. I considered the possibility of a hidden message, but that was unlikely. The statement was blunt and quickly scrawled. Let's just skip ahead because it's the gunfire. We were wondering if this was Rez or not, so let's go to the portal. The path I took was a familiar one by now. Even in the night following, it was easy for me to find my way around. Long, grotesque shadows stretched before me, and the atmosphere was eerie and dangerous. I couldn't tell if it was because of the evening's shroud of darkness, or if the urgent situation tugging at my mind had twisted my perception. I made it past the village border and pressed on. There was still a fair distance to go. Suddenly, gloved hands grabbed me from behind, clamping over my mouth. I couldn't make a sound. From what I could see, it was some hooded figure I had met in the maintenance room after the second murder. It's too late. Maverick arrived before you did, and he'll make sure that no one uses the portal today. Don't follow me. I was shoved to the ground, and before I could regain my composure, the figure vanished into the darkness. If Maverick was still in the area, it was not a good idea to stay here. I wouldn't want to feel his suspicions, or worse. I figured it was time to go back to the police department anyways. I tried to go to the portal, unsuccessfully, I might add. Okay, wow, poking at us for that. There you are, Cabbage. It seems you've taken a liking to Bryce's chair. Maybe. I could get used to this. Don't tell Bryce, though. By the way, we have evidence that Reza visited the portal today. Someone reported loud bangs consistent with what we know about his weapon. We didn't manage to catch him, but I wonder if this stunt means he's getting desperate. Who knows? Yes, who knows? We were definitely not first-hand witnesses. Now let's take a look at what you've got for me. This isn't much information to go on, but who knows when it could come in handy. I do what I can. Yes, we really did what we could to not do this. Okay. I know, and your help is greatly appreciated, believe me, especially since we're so short on staff right now. That will be all for today. I'll contact you if we need anything. Of course. See you next time. See ya. Wow, they really think I actually was helpful. Finally, a free day, what I should do. In the end, I decided to spend the day relaxing in my apartment. I didn't know when things would start to pick up again, so I figured it would be better to get some rest as long as I still could. Hey guys, surprise! We didn't visit anyone. I woke with my eyes fixed on the ceiling wallpaper. A sense of dread lingered from a nightmare I no longer remembered. How many more times would I see this apartment before I returned to my own world? Or before something happened to me? I got ready for the day and tried to shake off those thoughts. Hey, Cabbage! And right on the minute you showed up, let's just skip. Looks like you've seen this before. Let's not skip that just in case, as a wish. I have to the place of an ordinary house. Yep. This is the kidnapped Eggies. I go in and you stay here, alright? What am I even here for then? You're our insurance. If Reza tries to flee and sees you, it might throw him off. You might be able to stop him. Or if we get into a standoff, I can tell him you're here as well. I just don't want you to come inside when it could become dangerous. Alright. I hope you guys are ready for this. Who is in the chat, by the way? Justin, Seals, possibly Shadow? And if you do remember, it is that Maverick found evidence that Reza might be here. So he came to the police station to notify Bryce, Sebastian, and everyone. So now me, Bryce, and Sebastian are here, not Maverick. And we're about to basically storm into the place to try and apprehend Reza. And we just sent Bryce in first. I mean, he wanted to go in first because he doesn't really trust us. So, we watched as Bryce made his way into the front door, looking around. I scanned the windows of the building for any sign of movement. When Bryce reached the door, I wondered how he would make his entry. Would he try to be quiet and sneak around, hoping to find Reza unprepared, or would he barge in and rely on his strength and speed to apprehend him? Though, shortly after Bryce opened the door, an earth-shattering sound echoed across the sky. Bryce! And with that, we now have 3 missing in action. Missing or killed in action. I can't believe he's really gone. Sorry, Cabbage, I just don't know what to say. All the responsibility falls on me now, and Reza is still out there somewhere. Yes. You will eventually find out sometime later on in the story when you start talking with Lorem and going on the dates with him and everything. And when you really understand what happened to him, this game can actually be really, really emotional and you just feel so bad about it. That happens with, let's see, not Vara, but Vera. That's an entirely separate child. Potentially a Dean. My first time I actually played with this, I got a good ending, finally. So I have no idea if anything actually does technically happen to her. There is Lorem. Anna you already saw. Even in her bad and good endings. Stuff happens to basically everyone, except for a dean. Everything always happens to Reza. Sebastian can really get hurt, basically, until you know what to do. There's another one. Here's another one, I can't remember who or what. This case is just beyond our capabilities. We already have a bare minimum before this, but with Bryce gone, I just don't know what we should do now. I've already requested help from one of the cities. I hope they'll send some good investigators our way as soon as possible. At least we reclaimed everything that was stolen. Oh, and Maverick technically also gets killed in 10 out of 12 endings about? 11? No, 9 out of 12 endings. Wow, he gets killed a lot. Well, except for the eggs. I don't want to have to explain to their parents how their children were killed in an explosion. Oh yeah, there's also the eggs here. Okay. All of the generators were just sitting inside there. It makes me think that Reza must have left in a hurry. And we got so close, too. It was his hideout for crying out loud. He probably just saw us approaching and left before we even had a chance to apprehend him. But you know what? We can't stop now. If anything, this has only proven that he's even more dangerous than we thought. If Reza can make bombs out of generators, who's to say where he'll use them next? We have to stop him, Cabbage. Are you with me? Yes. Regardless of Bryce's death, we have to try our best to proceed with the investigation, for his memory and the sake of the town. At least Reza doesn't have any generators for now. All those stolen eggs were accounted for inside the building. Alright, let me see what else we have. When we searched the building, we found more than the things Reza stole. We also found this bloody bandage. What do you think of this? That's what we need to find out. But given all that we know, it probably is. Sorry, you think it's his. So he's wounded. We know he was injured during the fight with his first victim. But whether this is from the same wound or something else, I'm not sure. In any case, you could bring it to the lab for us to find out more. Sure. Next, we have a witness who reported hearing loud bangs during the night. I'd like to send someone over to make a follow-up visit. We'll need to confirm the witness statement, then see if he has anything new to share. Also, now that we have reclaimed your PDAs, we're going to have to send one to the archives for analysis. Since they have experience with human artifacts, they're better suited to do it than any of our departments. No problem. In any case, I'll just leave everything here until I get to it, so feel free to do these tasks as you wish. I know it's laughable that we don't even have a free hand for simple errands. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I should get back to the investigation now. I'll leave the stuff for you, and I'll take care of the rest once I get back, alright? Sure thing. Good luck, Cabbage. You too. Alright, so I'm gonna make a quick save here, I suppose, if people are interested in finding out a little bit more about Lorem. So, Justin, you were shocked about Lorem, and understandably so, since I don't believe you've played this before yet. So, we can just continue on with this very specific ending. If you want to find Lorem, we'll go over there and then just load just for the safety's sake. And actually, for that matter, yeah, it looks like we might have to do that anyways. So if you remember, this is Lorem's place, and there's Ipsum, his friend. Can I help you? It must be Ipsum, is that right? Yes. I'm working with the police and hoped you could answer a few questions. Oh, do you have any news about my roommate? This is about the noises you heard last night. What's going on with your roommate? He went missing a few days ago. I already heard someone talk. I already talked to someone from the police department about this, but I haven't heard back from them since. I'm sorry, this is the first time I've heard of it. I don't know what happened to him. He didn't go on vacation, nor did he suddenly decide to visit the next town. I'd know if he did. He would have told me. Honestly, I find it odd that when someone goes missing, I don't hear back for several days. When I hear loud bangs during the night, the police send someone over immediately. I'm sorry, but I don't think I want to talk about this right now. And of course, you do remember. Alright, see ya, Seawolves. Rest in our apartment. And just so you know, by the way, that Ipsum, what he was talking about, it was directly related to. At least, mostly it was. I decided to take a long break in my apartment. I had already done enough for the day and I figured I should take some time off. I looked at the bookshelves for new reading material, yet found that none of the books I hadn't already read particularly interested me. That'll be the final, no, that's not the final. Okay. Thanks for all the help. I'll take care of the remaining tasks so you can take the rest of the day off. I'm sure you have things to do other than helping the police department. Yeah, we sure do. We have lots of reading to do. It's no problem, really. My trip to your world wasn't supposed to be a vacation. Alright then, see you next time. See ya. After this fateful day, I was glad to finally have some sort of respite. I wandered into the kitchen as I considered tonight's dinner. Should I cook something or order out? We can actually safely skip this one. Alright, so we can't visit anyone because everybody's mad at us or killed. In the end, I decided to extend invitations to everyone I knew to come by for a visit. I left a lot of messages and waited for a whole afternoon, but nobody came. Wow, okay. I hadn't actually had this message before, that's impressive. Mr. Unpopular, I guess. Duty. Chapter 5. Now, I believe I believe the police department force is currently, Bryce is killed, Maverick is not going to be showing up. There was, what was it you said in chat? Cullen, that's what it was. Just a K instead of an H. So let's see, Bryce, Maverick, Sebastian, and, Maverick, that's what it is. So far, one of them is killed. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Gee, I don't know. Who shall we bring, Justin? Maybe if Shadow's in the chat, I imagine he might be. Who should we bring? Or should we go alone? Let's see what the status is. Whoa! What? How is Remy gone? Whoa. Okay, that at least actually answers a Dean. She is killed, but I did not know what happened to Remy. Whoa. I am surprised at myself. And I'm just gonna pour myself some extra tea here while Justin answers. Let's go alone then. Although sure, any of those I knew who would agree to watch the fireworks with me, if I asked, I ultimately decided to go alone, not wanting to impose on anyone if they hadn't asked me first. Gee, I wonder why nobody wanted to be imposed upon. I mean, they're kind of livingly challenged right now. And mad at me. They died angry. After making some preparations for the day, I set out to experience these fireworks I had heard so much about. After I left my apartment, I realized just how eerily deserted the place, the rest of the place felt. Can I skip ahead? Yes, I can. Wow, okay. That has me wondering though. That was duty. Wrong. Let me just load back on here. Achievements. Okay, so we actually screwed that one up. Gee, I don't know. Take advantages to the facility? Is this even possible? Yeah, that was not what was supposed to have happened. Can I have... Let's just skip this for now. Yeah, let's skip it just in case. Go alone. Wait, did that say... Crap, that still said duty. Might be screwed here. Status... Still on pride, that's good. Take it to the library, I guess? There is supposed to be a very specific ending that I should be able to do, but man, I actually feel a little bit locked out right now. Is anybody home? What? The door is unlocked. Oh, okay, I have not actually seen this before. If he isn't here and left the door open, that's no good. Went inside and closed the door behind me. Remy, are you there? Your front door was wide open. What the? Remy! Ooh, I have definitely not seen this one before. Ooh. Okay. Ow. I have not seen that before. How well did you know him? I'll say a little. What did I do? I insulted him when we went to the library. I see. Well, I know he met you when he initially arrived here, at the very least. It doesn't look like he left a suicide note or anything. I know he has no family, and I don't think he has many friends either. Do you have any idea why he may have done this? I know exactly why he would do that. So let's at least answer it truthfully, I guess. See. I suppose the reason doesn't really matter at this point. He's already gone. It's really a shame when things like this happen, when there are resources to help people who have issues and illnesses. It's a mark on our society, a reminder that we let it happen. Someone suffered so much that they took their own life. What more can you do? Sorry you had to find Remy like this, though. In any case, I'll handle the rest. Feel free to take the rest of the day off if you need to. Alright. Rest in our apartment, so let's see if this does it. We didn't actually call him a jerk, though, to be fair. We just, back in the library, we were kind of trying to say, I regret coming here, and then he was just kind of laughing, and, I mean, well, that's a surprise. Finally, he asked if we would help him with sorting the books. We said no, and then he said, okay, well, this could take a while, so wait outside. We started reading a book that we had brought, waited outside, finally decided to try to go back inside. Discovered the library was closed, so that's why he doesn't like us. We did not actually call him a jerk. So, let's not skip ahead just in case. Nothing, right. Thanks for needed. Was that duty again? Ah, crap. Okay, I'm gonna quickly Google why am I not getting that end. Maybe we actually, right, did kind of forget. Autos, back in chapter 4. Oh boy. Hello? Oh crap. Oh crap. Ah. Yeah, let me just quickly see this one for him. Yeah, alright. I'll have to just go on alone then. Alright, let's try this again. Continue your journey, Cabbage. In the statics? You mean, yeah. When you say the statics, do you mean the ones that were over here? I didn't actually see it, but I mean, if you did, then it's possible you saw these ones. Let's skip ahead just in case. Don't shake his hand, because again, this is very specific. I may win a fight, sure. Rather not. Either. Okay. No, don't skip ahead. Never skip ahead. Maybe he just likes you. Congratulations. Just a coffee, sure. You have no stuff too. What a creep. You enjoy. Have shoes, Scaly Face. Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's hurry up. Skip, skip, skippity skip. Skip as fast as we can. Actually I do. Why is that? I think we were missing something here. Right, there is an achievement, I believe. You think we know its meaning? Find Sebastian's murder. No, that's not it. Do nothing while he figures out what to do. That's not it either. Find out more about their government. Now I'm just guessing and hoping to get lucky. Flee through the portal as soon as possible. I don't feel like any of these options is actually right. Have a pizza party. Why am I even still doing this? Steal a certain book from the library. I've now reached the point where, statistically speaking, I should have gotten the right one. Either that or I'm exceptionally bad at guessing, or I should start looking elsewhere. Find out where Maverick lives. There was a 50-50 chance, but then the right answer wasn't there to begin with. Break into the manufacturing plant. Okay, this is the last option, but it's still wrong. If this wasn't enough to prompt me to start looking elsewhere, I don't know what else will. Show the letter again. Show more options. I'm unable to decode the message. In lines. So we've already done the bathroom before. I think we've already done the bookshelf. Looking at the pantry. Okay. Let's already did this. Base. There. 3. Here we go. Okay, meet him at the portal. What did you expect? Yeah, I know. Still feeling slightly dizzy. Maverick tried to apprehend us. Punishable by 10. Is that so? I better also just quickly make sure I know what I'm doing here. Let's see. Okay, since you won't let us do anything else, so suicide. According to this one thing. I might have to make sure that everyone is alive. Tells us it was suicide. It could not have been resin. Makes him look cooler. This is clearly suicide. It wasn't him. His wings. Oop. Up the neck. You seriously gonna lock that? Okay, fine. Okay, yeah, he had AIDS. Hemophiliac. Suicide, just stop it already. This isn't blood. Yeah, where's Brand? Okay, so, oops, what did I hit? He was a vampire, don't be silly. Gum disease, mistake, it's done. Okay. Investigation over, please tell me I did poorly, because that is one of the criteria. Maybe this isn't your strong suit, told you so. Don't worry about it, we still need your help in other things. Go away. Sorry, I called you by your name. Looks like it. But skip. I shot 2, sure. Skip ahead. Alright, so now let's just make a series of saves. Save to begin with, meet with Remy. Be a jerk all over again. I don't know why it's not actually letting me skip here. What, skip? I've already seen all this. Literally, we have seen all this. Shouldn't come at all. Well, he's glad that it came at any rate. Gives me a headache. Respectfully decline. Sure. Yeah, I'm wondering about that. It says that I have 3 concurrent viewers, so I imagine that I have at least one guy else here. Wait, what? But I said respectfully decline. Oh, no, I did not. Is that I reconsidered? Okay. Meet with lunch. Let's get some lunch. I see it introduce me to my species. Go on a river. Thanks for the food. This isn't a homeless shelter. Close the door. Borodine. Okay, now let's, no, don't skip ahead, we can't skip ahead. I really need to look at corpses today. I just like all kinds of stairs. I don't think it was Reza. Wow, all the sounds are just still overlapping. Hi, Shadow. Yes, we do have to do this again to her, because we supposedly have to get on everyone's bad side and do poorly in all investigations, and I'm wondering if we accidentally did good in Chapter 4. So I'm just making a series of quick saves just to make sure. We don't want to be recognized. Could be anyone, really. Maybe there's a dragon in disguise. Pretty sure we saw him running away. This was a misunderstanding. How about no? There's a tattoo park. Read the sign. Stop searching for her. Get some well-deserved rest. We worked really hard. No, don't skip ahead. Never skip ahead. You wouldn't understand. Say nothing. Should have given up. We'll never find him, because we also won't. Alright, let's make save number 2. Meet with Forum. No, do not skip ahead. We cannot skip ahead. Almost didn't. I already regret coming here. Leave. Poor guy. Price. I don't usually drink. Press without going to the bar. Right before he gets mad, that's good. Let's just see. Status. Good, Resign Pride. Do not skip ahead. Maybe they're throwing us a surprise party. Yeah, probably not. Bryce would let me say no. Maybe that was why we actually didn't get that ending, was because someone said worst case scenario instead of throwing us a party or something. No, we did not really know her. Ah, boy, this is basically where we were just last time. So let's... Is it the police archives? Sure, I'll help you. Right, because I did not actually consider trying to help him and wasting time. Don't worry, we will be getting to these guys again at a later time. Altruist. Please, tell me that was an achievement. For bad endings and stuff. Oh, okay, so it's just to help him. Alright, fine. Don't go to the portal. Go to the portal. Okay, meet with... Status, still on Pride. Fine, we'll meet with the guy. Yeah, that is one of the things, is with the later streams, once you really get to know the game, you will be able to just beat the endings really fast. That is, if you messed up once before and you're just doing it again. When I first played, I actually went with the Adine ending, I think, 3 times, because I didn't know what was going on in the first place, so I mean, you're just naturally going to get a bad ending. Met with her twice more because I was trying to get a good ending, and I did not understand what was the trigger for that. Finally, I think I may have used like a hint or something, or done something else, and whatever it was, I finally got the good ending before I moved on to anyone else. No, this is not a speedrun. Besides, if it was a speedrun, it would be all the looks like you've seen the scene, do you want to skip it? Yes. Possibly. So again, we will be getting to this later, and this might be unavoidable for the purposes of the endings and all. But what's going on here is basically Katsuharu here on the left. He's an ice cream vendor. He's been getting less and less sales back in his normal spot where we met him. and he needed our help to get his ice cream cart out of the mud. So we offered to help him. He said, however, can I repay you, but give you some ice cream next time possible, whatever. So that's the only option we had, was to meet with him anyways. So we were helping him find a better place because he was going out of business. So now he set up in Tatsu Park. Yes! Right. So we had him set up in Tatsu Park and discovers that, oh hey, yeah, it's a really popular place, so now he can sell all the ice cream he likes. But it might also give us an icon that I was not really expecting yet, so let's just save real quick, just in case. Do not skip ahead. Never skip ahead. Sure, let Bryce go in at first. Let him blow up, and oh boy. I don't know. Let's try visiting the witness. Rest in our apartment. Do not skip ahead. I think that one is actually fine to skip ahead though, but just in case. Please, please tell me that was excellent. Go alone. Yeah, I didn't want to impose on anyone else who was mad and dead at me. Alright, so we're here. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. That was the generator. Cabbage, you're here? You don't know how glad I am to see you. I wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone telling you the whole time. The talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this. And let's get out of here. Sure! I approached Reza. Both of us took does anyone actually remember the ending for this one, just before? Not actually today's stream, but like actually before. I approached Reza. Both of us took a side of the cardboard box and lifted it up. It wasn't heavy enough that he could have carried it on his own, but I was sure he appreciated the help. Slowly, we made our way through the long hallways towards the exit. We made it, Cabbage. We really did. With this, we can save our city, and we can have something for ourselves, too. Can you hold the box for a minute? I want to show you something. Sure. I watched as Reza adjusted his grip on the box before I let it go. I dug into my pocket as he resumed talking. All the glory and riches that come from this, they're ours, and we earned it. Yes, Reza, we did. What do you think about that? I only have one question. Why should I share it with you? Immediately his expression changed to one of horror as he let the box fall to the ground and reached for his gun. Having distracted him by letting him hold the box, I had already had my finger on the trigger of my own gun, or rather, a copy of Reza's gun. I had acquired it in a previous attempt. I wasn't sure how long ago, exactly one attempt ago, but I vaguely remember taking it from Reza's corpse after he had tried to kill me at one time. While he fumbled to get the grip on his own weapon, I shot him in the arm and kicked his gun away from him after it fell on the ground. He contorted in pain and slouched against the wall behind him. When he realized I was still aiming at him, he threw up his other arm in defeat. Wait. You were willing to kill to get here, so why shouldn't I complain about, so why should you complain about doing me the same thing? Can't we talk about this? Do you think this was a spontaneous decision, Reza? You have no idea how long I've been planning to do this. Why, Cabbage? You have nothing to gain from killing me. You think so? Think again. We both know that humanity would have had so much to gain if it was actually if we actually cooperated with the dragons. Just look at their technology. You were willing to waste it all, and for what? Just so that I could profit, you and I could profit from this and be hailed as heroes when at large our world wouldn't change? A token victory over what could have been possible. That's not what this was about. It was a better plan, better than taking the risk of cooperating with them and waiting for the comet to pass. You always hid behind your idealism, Reza. But it just so happens that it's always you who stands the most to gain in the end. Excuse me. So what? I thought we had an agreement there. We did. But in the end, someone like you isn't trustworthy. We both know what we did, Reza. If humanity found out we'd rather forego our trade agreement and just let a potential long-term trade partner be eradicated by the meteorite for our own profit, they surely would not be pleased. I think we both know that it would fall under treason, the only crime heinous enough to our leaders to warrant immediate execution. Shutting off communication with the dragons for a few weeks would have been easy, and after they were gone, they wouldn't present a risk for us to be found out. So the only ones who would know about it, what we did, are you and me. I know you don't shy away from murder, so I was sure that one day you would try to silence me to eliminate the risk of being found out. Now you're just jealous that I thought of it before you did. I could have gotten rid of you a long time ago if I wanted. I could have ditched you and left you behind, but I trusted you. I didn't even need you in the first place. I did all of this on my own. Now you just came here to take everything for yourself. You don't deserve any of it. You've got a good point. You know it, but it won't save you. It doesn't have to. I'd rather die trying to do what was right than sit around living my life, doing nothing and watching our world go down in ashes. And die you will. I pulled the trigger, firing the remaining bullets into him until no more were left. His body sunk like a puppet cut from his strings. He was dead. I put the gun away and grabbed the box that contained the generator and a few other things Reza had taken from the lab. Soon I was outside, and after a bit of walking while carrying the heavy box, I arrived at the portal. After activating the controls, I took my place, ready to return to humanity as a hero. Not the time of the dragons or man, but the time of Cabbage had come. Here we go, evil ending. Well, that's too bad because Sebastian is dead. Actually, can I, we did actually kind of skip it, accidentally now that I think about it, but upon arriving at the portal beat is right there, actually, exactly. You discover that Sebastian has been shot and killed. Recently, too. So all in all, that leaves, Remy having committed suicide, Anna having been killed by Reza, Bryce having been killed in an explosion set by Reza, exactly right there. That leaves... who's next? Lorem, having been MIA. I won't spoil that yet, but also pretty sad. Adine, having also died in an accident. Sebastian having been slaughtered right there. There's the first dragon murder, by the way. Reza killed by us doing the evil ending. Bryce also from the police department who's dead again, so that leaves the police department of 4 down to 2. Yes, Maverick would want to know our location. And if he actually showed up like in basically every other scene, he would have also been dead. You have seen the evil ending, betrayal. Oh look, we also have Katsuhira there. Alright, so just for the last, what is it? About 20 minutes or so. We'll be doing this again. This time we'll be focusing on Bryce. At the left of the title? Let me just quickly save here then. Yes, and can we quit? At the left of the title. Oh yeah. That looks like that might be the gun from the neutral ending. I don't know where Reza, basically our evil ending, would be. Nice catch, Justin. Alright, so let's just skip this. Which one is this? This is... okay, so... let's skip ahead for now, because this is basically just the intro. Bryce led me back to the apartment. I guess it was... Right, this covers everything from way at the starting, all the way over to the end of the first investigation. So, we might as well, first off, meet with Bryce, and then we'll also meet with Sebastian. So for that matter, I'll even ask Justin, Shadow, if you're still here. Only one person now. Who do you want to meet with first? Bryce or Sebastian? Yes, because at this point in the run, for this specific run, we are going to be doing a mix of all the side characters, so we'll see Katsu Haru again, and we're also going to be exploring Bryce as a character. After that, it's going to be basically just pick a character, not specifically the side characters, but just Bryce and Sebastian. Alright. Congratulations, you are also going to get the first good ending. Which actually also reminds me I was not actually prepared for this. Wait, what? Oh, hey Sebastian, this is Cabbage. Huh, you just hung up. You're still here? I'm still on the clock, you know. Well, I'm glad to see you take my security so seriously. I'm just gonna also quickly check in case I have something for this moment. I don't think I do. But just in case. No, I don't think I do. I completely forgot about this. So let me just quickly see if I can prepare quickly ahead of time. Stupid ads. Okay, that looks like the thing that I had. Just doing my job. Alright. Don't call me sir, or you appreciate it. I think it was some Call of Duty advertisement. So I do have, pretty sure this is also the order that I had actually figured myself. It's just that I could not remember what the order was. Right, you appreciate it? Anyways, did you need anything? It's pretty boring when I have to spend the day all on my own. I don't really know anyone here yet, so I don't know where I could go or what I could do for fun. Well, if it were earlier, I could have shown you around town and given you the tour, but it's getting dark outside, and I think most places are closed down now. Let me think. You like being outdoors? Yeah. Let me just check real quick.
Soft and strong Royale
Stupid ads. Keep showing up when I don't want them. Is there a guide? No? Alright, fine. We'll just do this on our own. Yes. Just to make sure. Oh, good. You want that too, alright. What do you think about camping? You want to go camping right now? Well, it might not be my best idea, but I'm not sure there's much else to do that we could do at this time. Yes, Adpocalypse. Every time I hover my mouse over the entire webpage in general, it just shows up a stupid ad. Would it be okay for us to just go outside? I'm supposed to be guarding you, you know. Technically, I'm still on the clock. But camping would be much more fun than just staying inside and me guarding your door, don't you think? Besides, I'm supposed to accompany you wherever you go. You're not our prisoner, so of course you're free to go wherever you want. If you wanted to spend the night outside and experience the countryside, not only could I not stop you, but I'd be obligated to come with you. So, what do you say? Sign us up. Sure, let me just grab a few things. Well, here we are. I'm surprised we even got a spot this late after what you told me. With a member of the police force and someone who is as important as you are, it's not really surprising. They probably regarded this as an honor to be hosting us. Is that so? No tent or anything? Oh, the tent camping would be a bit more complicated to set up at the last minute. Is there any other form of camping? What you're seeing here is cave camping. Essentially, they're run like hostels, but you sleep in caves like this one. Well, at least we got some furnishings. I could use a few sleeping bags, though. If you wanted a comfy bed, you should have stayed in your room. This here is the real deal. So I'm supposed to sleep on the ground? Sounds great. Yep, just us and nature itself. We even have some natural lighting in here. So much for the real deal. We could just sit in the dark if you'd prefer that. No, I think this will do. Have you ever gone camping before? Well, Justin, sorry to not see your message earlier. Plenty of times. Okay. I see. You know, I was kind of nervous when I first met you the first time. I could tell. It's quite a thing to hear that humans are willing to visit our world. When I met you and it turned out that you were just like any ordinary person, that really threw me off. Didn't you meet Reza before? Actually, no. Everything about your visit is clouded in secrecy, so I didn't get to hear much about Reza from Maverick before I met you. It actually gets better, a lot better, Justin. I see. So, are you one of those who expect me to act a certain way because I'm human? Actually, I didn't have much to do with it. Any high-profile guest would have made me nervous, especially if I was going to be in charge of keeping them safe. I also happen to be the newest guy on the force, so I didn't exactly want this to turn out into a career ender right from there. We've been doing a great job about it. With the whole murder situation going on, you should be careful that it doesn't end more than just your career. Or, better hope these walls aren't going to cave in then. Yes, it gets much better, Justin. By the end of the scene, it gets much better. In fact, I even know his little game, shall we call it, coming up. And I know how to beat it. It's just I couldn't remember the order exactly, and I just have it brought up to be clear. Alright, so you've been doing a good job so far. Thank you, I'll do my best. I'm sure of it. How long have you been on the force? They didn't assign the rookie to me, did they? Just because I'm the newest guy doesn't mean I'm a rookie. It's been a few years now. I suppose that means you don't get many new recruits. Not here at the very least. This is just a small town, so we don't really need them all that often. I got lucky when I got this position because I figured there'd be more competition from the locals. Locals? Don't you live here? I live here now, but I actually grew up in a small farming village that mostly consisted of runners like me. Runners? Oh, that's just what we call our species sometimes. We've got pretty powerful legs. I can see that. Are there many villages where the inhabitants are mostly of the same species? For sure. It's mostly smaller ones though, because the bigger one they get, the more variety you'll find. I see. I only have my own hometown to compare it to, but from what I've heard, there are other villages that are fairly similar. They can only survive like that if they lead much simpler lives, or if they focus on certain industries that species is good at. So your species is good at farming? Better than the Earth Dragons, at least. Even though they come in handy pulling the plows. Why did you decide to become a police officer? I just wanted to see what's out there beyond our vegetable fields, and if whatever was there was likely the stories I'd heard. Is it? Oh yes, it's been great. Now that you mention it, I don't really know much about this town either. Well, what would you like to know? What can you tell me about the land, or what can you tell me about the people? I'll leave this up to Justin real quick. Can you tell me about the people? The land, sorry. Land? Well, I hear they have fertile soil. Not as fertile as my hometown, though. I was talking more about if they have any sort of industry. Oh, I see. This town is actually quite unique, because even though it's fairly small, it has its own production facility. For that, we basically have our own full production chain. No, this is tea. This is green tea. This is actually the third cup that I have because I have a full, or it was full thermos right here on hand. Anyone see that? I actually brought from over the top. Yeah, there we go. Full thermos. Excellent, I actually managed to do that without invoking another stupid ad. So your one factory is everyone's pride and joy here? In a way, yes. It makes us fairly independent and keeps everything local. What can you tell us about the people? Or do you have any special recommendations or secrets I should know about this town? Which one, Justin? Maybe Shadow if he's lurking about? Okay, any secrets, recommendations? Secrets? This town doesn't really have any secrets. Not that I know of, at the very least. Maybe you just don't belong to the inner circle yet. Yeah, I think as a member of the police force, I get to see everything there is to see. Either way, I don't think there is anything that special about our town. Alright, I'd leave this up to Justin, but whatever. They're a friendly bunch, for the most part. Of course, I also meet some unpleasant fellows in my line of work, but luckily those seem to be the minority. There was also a bit of a culture shock when I initially came here, with all the different species living here together, but my police training took care of that. What's it like to work with Bryce, or what's it like having so many different species on the force? Shadow was here in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still around. I imagine so, but Shadow may be busy with something? It seems like he's just online, so he must be lurking there in the chat somewhere. Shadow, are you in fact still here? I don't think he's gonna get around to answering that often, so I would still like to even all the same ask you, Justin. Oh, okay, good, so you two are still here. So, I'm gonna ask both of you, what's it like to work with Bryce, or what's it like having so many different species on the force? Which is your preferred question? I would like both of you to answer if that's alright. Shadow answers nom. What about you, Justin? I do still need to poke you all the same. Okay. And from translating Shadow's nom to a run roll of the dice, it's just, you guys are in perfect harmony here. He kinda took me under his wing when I came here, and I've been working with him ever since, pun not intended. I found it a bit weird that the big shot himself had to show the country bumpkin the ropes though. I thought he saw it as a challenge, or that he wanted to scare me away, but honestly, he's been great. Everyone here trusts him a lot. Okay, what's it like with all the different species? Compared to my hometown, it's been quite an interesting change. On one hand, you get all kinds of different people with all kinds of different strengths, abilities, and backgrounds that can make your work so much easier. On the other hand, it also creates all kinds of new problems that I never would have expected. I won't forget the first time I had to follow a shoplifter who also happened to be a flyer. But hey, I'm not the only one who's been new here. What are your impressions? Good? Bad? Ugly? Alright guys, what is our impressions of, well, Dragonland? No comment, a bit hectic, or it's been fun? It's been fun? What about you, Shadow? Waiting for you, Shadow. Unfortunately, I might not be able to wait too long for a Shadow in general either, because I am starting to run out of time here, so... It's been fun. Fun? That's not something I expect you to say after we showed you a corpse on your first day. Hey, if Bryce said it had to be done, then it's part of the job. I'm not sure if it was a good idea by Bryce to take you to the crime scene, though. I know he's a hands-on guy, but that really was a bit much. Pun not intended. If you need my help, I'm glad to give it, fostering goodwill and all that. At least you don't seem to be traumatized from the experience. Anyways, how about some fun? What kind of fun are you talking about? I brought some playing cards, a staple for any camping trip. I see. What are we playing? Just a little game called Bastion Breach. Ever heard of it? Can't say I have. I often play it in the break room to pass the time. It's good fun, though. Things can get quite heated sometimes. Let's go over some of the rules. Sure. Just coming up, by the way, for basically Justin, apparently there is an option to make him look flustered, so we can either fluster him or we can beat him at his own game. So I'll leave that up to you real quick. There are a few choices I'm going to still have to ask you before then, but just to ask ahead of time, do you want us to beat Sebastian or fluster him? Haven't played this in a long time. Well, apparently from itch, the last time I have actually played this on my notebook has been 2 months ago, and I've been doing this weekly. Well, I mean, we did not have the option. We have not played this in a long time. We have not played this ever. As you can see, each of us starts with all the cards given of a given suit in their hand. 4 diamonds and all be hearts. And there is also worth mentioning that my 2 is going to be his 2, and they're like 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just in order, all the way up to Jack's Queen, King's Ace. It's the same on his side, so if he plays a card, you will know which one it was. So, what did you say? As you can see, each of us starts with all the given cards in their hands. You'll be diamonds, I'll be hearts. So, we can answer, of course, you got my heart already, or you stole those hearts, didn't you? Which one, Justin and or Shadow? I'm now basically officially in overtime. Justin, are you still there? Of course, alright. What you see in the center is the middle row, which is a line of shuffled cards from another suit. This way, each game is going to be unique, since the middle row always changes between games. Now this is how the game works. We'll play around each card in the middle of the row. Sorry. We'll play around for each card in the middle of the row, starting with the one you see at the very left. During that round, we both decide which card to play and put it down there, like this. And for your reference, that is, we just played an 8, and he just played a king. Oh, there you go, 8 and king. Once we have played both cards, we flip them over. The highest card wins the round, and whoever played it gets a point. To clarify, 2 is the lowest card and king is the highest. The ace is a special card. It beats every face card, but will lose against any numbered card. Now the card from the middle row also counts, so it is possible that either of us will get a point for the round. If there's a tie, no clear winner. If there is a tie, no clear winner between the round, the 3 cards, or the middle row has the highest point card. No player gets a point for that round. However, the next round will give the winner an extra point to make up for it. In the end, the player with the most number of points wins the game. Did you get all that? Yes. So the game is all about bluffing and mind games. We can always see what card is being played, so each of us knows exactly what the other player has left. Alright, are you ready? Sure. Don't worry, I'll go easy on you. Take all the time you need and make your selection. Alright. Justin, do you want us to That's fine, I know what to do. Do you want us to beat Sebastian, or do you want us to fluster him? Apparently there is actually an option. Actually, let me even just make a save here, just in case. Because I don't know if there is an achievement that we have to beat. Okay, let's just beat him then. Yeah, blah blah blah. So. Why, look at that! As you can see, I played it lowly too, just to see what would happen. Getting to know your opponent and their tendency is just as important as analyzing potential moves and strategies. A tie! I guess we both tried to do the same thing here. Okay. The king presents us with an interesting conundrum, especially when getting him early, when most cards are still available. I'll let you figure this one out, though. I know what to do. I very much know what to do. Looks like a tie. Of course, the only card that beats a king is an ace, but playing it here would be a rookie mistake. It's definitely a safer play to just get rid of a low card. Now let's try a 10, that'll beat a 6, right? Wait, no, let's play it A6. My point! See, that's a 10, so we can beat that with a jack, just 1 point up. What the? Seriously? Oh, my mistake. Queen, I was looking one ahead. We can still win, there we go. Jack. A tie? Okay. So, okay. This is not looking too great for you. I'm looking at this as a rather surprisingly mirror match. This is the halfway point now, so now it's really going to get serious. Anyone can still win. Let's try our ace. We need this point. Why, look at that! Interesting. It's almost like there are premonitions. We need the point. Give us the king. Oh my. Let's see, we can match him for the 8, at least. Tie? Okay. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. Oh, we've only got 1 card left. We won! Seems like you won, fair and square. Of course I went easy on you. You know that, right? Yeah, sure. You won the game of Bastion Breach. Congratulations. And there should be, some achievements. You beat Sebastian at his own game. I remember something about you weren't cheating, were you? I'll put these away. A rematch? Maybe some other time. It's getting kinda late now. And let's just... I am pretty sure he's blushing. If you say so. Hey, maybe next time you could teach me a human card game. Sure, maybe, or I don't know any card games. It sounds to me like Justin at least knows, like, arts or something. I mean, I know some card games, I can't say I'm good at any of them anyways. I'm assuming Justin isn't that great either, but I guess that puts us about equal. So let's say, sure. I assume Justin is going to be okay with that. We're just skipping a little bit ahead now because I am in that overtime. Maybe we should get some sleep now. Imagine it'll be just as busy tomorrow as it was today. Let's not forget, I'll have to get up early to report about all this. Don't leave out the part where I totally won. You wish. So, how do you like your bed of rocks? It's pretty cold. And I am doing this one specifically for Justin. I suppose it takes some getting used to. A blanket would have been nice at the very least. I could warm you up. Oh, and this is also part for FTC as well. Solitaire, Spider Solitaire, Hearts, and Free Cell. I basically know Go Fish, Solitaire, and 21. That's about it for me. Oh, and what's that Star Wars one? Bajak, which is basically slightly more complicated version of 21. Not sure if it would be safe to keep a fire burning overnight. Yeah, that's basically what I know. You're right, but I wasn't talking about that. I see. Either way, the only blanket I can offer is myself. I'll take it or no thank you. Which one, Justin? Shadow, if you're still here. Mind you, I'll only give you a moment. Unfortunately, only give you a moment. I will be able to give you a lot more time next week. Yes, FTC beware. Alright then. And this is why this isn't for kids. Is that better? Sure. No scene, unfortunately. But since we are now in overtime, let's just save here. And let's see. I'm just curious. We have that scene. Oh, sweet, he's already up here. Excellent. That means the gallery is already up here. Check it out, guys. It's a bastion. Yes. In his comic, Angels with Broken Hearts, there's this one scene where he's just putting on his uniform for the first time, deciding what to wear, and he just has this one thing where he's too kinky. Here's from the evil ending we have, Reza. Poor Reza, we murdered a poor backwater car repairman guy. And there's Katsuharu, that's what it was, right? And also with his ice cream. So I do also like the gallery here because it shows up with the good endings and the side characters, being Sebastian and Katsuharu. Anna Poetry? No. We will be getting Anna in here though, just not yet. Alright, so I did just want to point that out for a little bit, and it's also worth noting that as you do complete the game, as you do see here now, yes, it is not going to be Anna Poetry though, that's what I'm saying. We will get Anna though. I'm not going to be specific though, but we will see her there. It actually has me curious. Yeah, no, just generically Anna. Yeah, I'm just unsure if that's because we got the evil ending, or if that's there because of the neutral ending. But that being said, it is interesting that with every ending, and apparently just having unlocked the characters by talking to them, they will show up in the main menu. But this menu will be filling up the more you completely complete the game, if you want to put it like that. So, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you're looking forward to next week now for Bryce. We'll be getting Bryce. Not yet. We'll be focusing on Bryce first, but we can definitely go with Lorem next. That being said, let's just go back into the game and status. For the main characters, we'll be getting this run. We'll be focusing on Bryce and all side characters. After that, we can focus on Remy, Anna, Lorm, and Adine, no problem. So, I hope everybody's enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next week, and I hope you're looking forward to next week. And also Final Fantasy VII tomorrow as well. So, see you later, everyone. Yes, we could do Anna next if you like. So, that won't be this stream, but sorry, next stream. Possibly the stream after, when we start on the next character. But see ya, everyone.